following episode. The following episode will consist of me talking to you, the audience, as if we're on Facetime. Trigger warnings for depression, abortion, politics, pedophilia, cursing, and murder. In this episode, I will be referring to Twilight, and only the movies. This episode is for people who have watched Twilight, and if you haven't, that's okay. Just know there will be spoilers. Viewer discretion advised. Enjoy. Welcome to the first ever episode of Ramblings of an Extra. I am your amazing, flawless host, Naya Hamilton. And as your amazing, flawless host, I have made the declaration that this episode we are going to be talking about one of the most famous and notorious romance franchises out there. And no, I am not talking about 50 Shades of Grey. I will probably never talk about 50 Shades of Grey. No, I am talking about its mother. I am talking about Miss Twilight. Now, Twilight is probably one of the most talked about romance franchises out there. I mean, Bestie does a lot. Bestie is crazy. Bestie is always doing too much. But she's Miss Twilight for a reason. We don't call her Twilight now. We call her Miss Twilight. So today we're going to be talking about her. Me and Twilight have had an extensive history. For context, at the moment, I am 19 years old. And when me and Miss Twilight met the first time, I was either like 11 or 12. And I can remember right now, when I first watched those movies, I was just like, oh my God, this is romance at its peak. This is what I want my life to be. I want to discover a guy that was stalking me to be a vampire, and I want to fall in love with him, and I want to die having his baby, and I want to, be his wife, be a vampire. Yeah. No. See, that was 12-year-old Naya. 12-year-old Naya was also doing too much. Now, when I watch Twilight, honestly, I can't help but laugh at certain scenes, especially the scene where Edward is like, this is the skin of a pig. Oh, wait, sorry. Wait. Let me get my voice. Edward is together. This is the skin of a killer Bella. And he's fucking, he's glowing like a fucking Christmas tree. And he's just like, this is the skin of a killer Bella. And I'm just like, dude, could you be more serious? like he's glowing. He is shining like a goddamn disco ball. And he's just like, yeah, this is the skin of a killer. Okay, bestie. You need to go to therapy. You need to get some self-worth in you. Because if I was glittering and shining like that when the sun hits me and I'm saying, I look like a killer, I look like this, I look like that, first thing I need to do is therapy. but that's just me. That's just what I think. Anyway, but yeah, glowing. Anyway, oh my God, fuck. I just realized I didn't explain to you guys what Twilight is. So let me, yeah, I'm talking about Twilight and I didn't explain what Twilight is. Since this is the first episode, I'm just going to explain now. Hi, I'm Naya, once again. I'm probably your most chaotic podcast host there is. I will go on a tangent about a franchise, and instead of explaining what the actual franchise is, I'll just ramble about anything else but that. So yeah, welcome to Ramblings of an Extra. Yeah, that's what we do here. That's what we're gonna do here. But yeah, let me explain Twilight. Let me explain Twilight in my words. Twilight, from my perspective, is a film franchise that follows our annoying ass protagonist, Bella Swan. Bella falls in love with a vampire named Edward, and they fall in love, and they have all these annoying ass annoying ass adventures. Words. Kind of need words for a podcast. Yeah. So that's what they do. That's the description that I could put together without referring to prior or now knowledge. Okay? That's what I could give without spoilers. All right? Okay? So Twilight, for anyone who doesn't know, for the uncultured swines out there, Twilight used to be a book series. It used to be a book series. It was written by Stephanie Meyer. Yeah. Yeah, and Twilight has been held culprit. No, how do I explain this? Twilight has been the beginning of a lot of different franchises, and that's why I refer to 50 Shades of Grey in the beginning. Because if there was no Twilight, there would be no 50 Shades of Grey, because the person who created 50 Shades of Grey originally had that book series as a fan fiction of Twilight. For anyone who did not know that, I'm giving you the information now. I am the best podcast host there ever was. Yeah, I'm telling you facts. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. 5 minutes into my podcast, I am officially the best podcast host ever. Emma Chamberlain, go away. Bye. You don't exist. Yeah. So yeah, today, after that chaotic intro of mine, today we are going to be talking about Twilight, Miss Twilight. This isn't your random, well, no, this isn't your scripted, sculptured Twilight recap. No, we are just going to be talking about certain topics in Twilight that drive me absolutely insane. Okay? All right. So yeah. So will the rest of the episode be as chaotic as my intro? Probably. Will I go on tangents about something that probably doesn't even have to do with Twilight? Also probably. But will I be hilarious while I do it? I hope so. I really hope so, guys. I really hope so. Anyway, listen. Okay. So we're gonna start off with the bane of my existence. The character that I lie awake at night thinking of. The character who makes me want to be a better person. Bella Swan. So Bella Swan, she's like a double-edged sword for me, you know? She's like a fucking katana to me, you know? Like she's messy. She's messy for me. And you know, it's not even her fault. It's not even her fault she's so messy to me, you know? Because like it's primarily my fault that she's so messy. To myself. It's me. I'm the problem. It's me. Because Bella, like, see, I'm trying to explain why I don't like Bella. Everyone is obsessed with Bella. Like, that's one note I have about Bella. Everyone is fucking obsessed with Bella. First 5 minutes of meeting her, they're like, oh my god, it's Bella fucking Swan. And I'm just like, dude, she is just a human being. Like, could we calm down? Like, hello? And like, you know, like some people would say, Naya, you probably hate her because she's a Mary Sue. For context, Mary Sues are like perfect female characters that have absolutely no layer and they're just perfect at every fucking thing that they do. And you're right. If you say I hate Bella Swan because she's a Mary Sue, you're probably right, because maybe. But reasons as to why, especially haters, everyone is obsessed with her. Keep notes, keep notes. Everyone is obsessed with her. Um she just literally fucking breathes, and Edward's just like, I love you, Bella. And I'm just like, dude, no. Stop. You don't even know simple facts about this girl. And you're like, I can't read her mind. Her blood is just so appetizing. I love her. And I'm just like, dude, no. That's one thing that infuriates me about Bella. Another thing is how she treats Jacob. Um, I will get back to that later. I will get back to that towards the end of this episode. Um, but yeah, how she treats Jacob pisses me the fuck off. Like, I'm just like, girl, please, bye. The fact that it wasn't what, like 30 minutes since she met Edward, and she was like, I am irrevocably in love with him. And I'm just like, girl, stop. 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 Like, okay. You might be saying, Naya, it's a movie. All right, things move fast in movies. Characters fall in love faster in movies, And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. It's a movie, it's an hour and a half. Honestly, I don't even remember how long Twilight was. I should probably look that up. But fuck, where's my phone? Anyway, while I look for my phone, Twilight was a movie. I get it. People fall in love fast in movies. I absolutely understand. It's just, I don't understand how this bitch is just like, this is gonna kill her, Bella. I've killed people. And she's like, no, it's fine. It's okay. What? What? Bitch, if you don't get your ass out of that fucking forest right now, this man is saying he's killed people. And then 5 minutes later, you're like, I'm irrevocably in love with him. Ugh. Bitch, if you don't move, like, I'm sorry. When I was 12, obviously, for perspective, when I was 12, I was just like, okay, accepting people for their scars, accepting people for the darkest parts of them, right? But now when I watch it, I'm like, girl, what the fuck was I thinking? Move, run, hide, run. Other words that mean run. Why are you still here? Okay. Sorry, I just blew your eardrums in with my rant. It's just, I don't get it. I don't get this. I don't get it. Like, and it's just like, they make Bella so fucking perfect. And okay, for context, you're gonna be like, nah. Of course they had to portray Edward being irrevocably in love, I'm not even gonna say that word again, right? Because I can't say it. But he had to be completely in love with Bella for the story to go on, right? That's what you're gonna say. Okay, I completely understand you saying that, right? But the other people around her didn't have to be. And I am referring to her schoolmates. I am referring to the other people who were around her besides the Collins and Edward. Because the minute she went to this school, everyone is idling her. Idling. Is that even a word? Everyone is just like staring at this bitch as if she's like fucking Mary, the mother of Jesus. Like, and I don't get it. And it's like, why? Like, does she have like a fucking unicorn? Like, a unicorn stick on her head? Is that even, no, horn. Sorry. Not stick, horn. Like, is she like the chosen child or something? Because everyone is staring at her as if this girl just cured cancer or something. Like, even the boys, like, there was like, what, 3 boys? 3 who were like, just like all on top of her. One kissed her and ran away. Another one was flirting with her the minute she was in gym class, terribly playing dodgeball. And yeah. And it's just like, what is it about Bella? What is it about Bella? And for context, I could probably fall in category with Anna Kendrick's character in Twilight, and I keep forgetting Anna Kendrick was in this movie, but she was in. She was in the first movie. Yes, she was in probably like the whole saga besides the last movie, but she was in this saga. For more context, there was at least, wait, let me count them down so I didn't have all of them. There was Twilight, there was New Moon, there was Eclipsed, there was, I don't know if I'm doing this right, there was Breaking Dawn, and there was Breaking Dawn Part 2. 5 movies. Anna Kendrick was in, wait, she was in Twilight? Was she in Eclipse? I'm pretty sure she was in Eclipse, right? She was in, oh yeah, okay. Let me stop my Bella rant for a minute here and talk about what happened in each movie. Give more context. I should have done this in the beginning, but we're not even gonna explain that. This is ramblings, all right? This is just how my brain works, okay? Stick with it. Anyway, there was Twilight. Twilight was when Bella and Edward first met. There was New Moon. That was when Edward was just like, fuck this, I'm too dangerous for Bella, and he ran away, and Bella got real depressed. She got real seasonal depression, bitch. Then then Eclipse happened, and Eclipse was when someone wanted to kill Bella real bad. So Victoria. Anyway, sorry. This is just how my brain works. Anyway, Victoria wanted to kill Bella real bad. I'll explain who Victoria is after I finish this spiel. Victoria wanted to kill Bella real bad, even though I said that for the 3rd time now. And yeah, so that was pretty much what the 3rd movie was about. Victoria building an army to kill Bella, to teach Edward a lesson. Like, why are we spending all this time on a man? Anyway. Then Breaking Dawn. Breaking Dawn is probably one of the scariest romance movies you'll ever watch. Yeah. So that's Breaking Dawn is when Bella and Edward got married. Yeah, that's pretty much the whole context of that whole movie. And her getting pregnant. Can't forget the pregnant part. Can't forget the demon child. Can't forget the little chunk, the little tidbit of pro-choice versus pro-life. You can't forget that. It's I say little chunk because they sprinkled that shit in. Then you have Breaking Dawn Part 2, which is honestly the tease. They tease you. They tease you so much. That is such a teasing movie. And I only say that because I'm still mad. I'm still mad about the scene where everyone fucking dies. And they're just like, no, never mind. Never mind. Like, someone had a great idea. Someone went on a whole spiel. Someone's like, this person dies, that person dies, this person dies. And then they kill all of those people, right? But then they're like, no, never mind. And then we just go back to where we were before. And I'm just like, you must be fucking kidding me right now, right? Sorry. You must be fucking kidding me right now, right? Like that's what we're doing? That's what we're doing? Really? But yeah, that is the whole context of Twilight. And they live happily ever after. I can't forget that part. They live happily fucking ever after. And Jacob axes. I didn't even talk about the love triangle, because the love triangle is the dumbest shit I've ever seen. I'll talk about that later too. But I really need to figure out how to format these episodes. Anyway, love triangle is probably the stupidest thing I've ever seen. We'll talk about it later. But pretty much, Jacob said, "Can I call you dad?" to Edward. The man he has been fighting with for Bella the whole movie. He asks this man, "Can I call you dad?" at the end of the movie. I wish I was joking. I wish I was joking. Whoever wrote that line, I just want to talk. I just want to talk. I just want to talk, you know? I don't want to do anything illegal. No, no. I just want to talk. I just want to talk. Allegedly. I just want to talk. um yeah. Yeah. So I was talking about Bella. Okay, let me get back to Bella. That was your commercial break from Bella. Let's get back to her. So Bella, yeah, I'm always mad at Bella. It's you know, it's everyone paying attention to her. It's just Edward just like, I fucking love her after literally what, a few weeks? Like no one's scared about that. The only person who thought that was weird was Charlie. Like, and I'm not going to talk about Charlie in you know, I want to talk about Charlie, but I'm trying to organize my thoughts here, and it's really difficult because this is why I have a grudge with Twilight. There's so much shit happening at the same time, and I'm just like, I want to talk about everything, but it's impossible to talk about everything at the same time. So I'm just gonna deal with Bella. Miss Bella pisses me off, because everyone always is paying attention to her. Edward is fucking drooling. Yeah, he's drooling. I don't give a shit about what anyone says. He's fucking drooling. I don't give a shit that everyone says, oh, he's dead, Naya. He doesn't have any bodily fluids. No, that bitch was drooling. Bitch was drooling. Drooling. The minute he saw Bella, he was just like, food, dinner, dessert. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry with the sound effects. This is the only way I can explain my thought process when it comes to Twilight. But yeah, like Bella was literally like a piece of meat. He married that's like me marrying steak. And I only say this because we don't know what Bella likes. She doesn't have any hobbies. That's another thing that annoys me about Bella. This girl has no hobbies. She has no aspects. We don't even know what she wanted to study when she got out of high school, when she got to college. We don't even know what she wanted to do with her life before Edward. And like, yeah, I get it. You're in high school. You don't know what you're going to do with your life. But like, people still dream. People still have things that they see themselves doing in the future. This girl didn't see herself doing anything else besides loving Edward and being a vampire with him. Like I would have settled for anything. I would have settled for her being a fucking nothing against any of the people who have these roles. I would have settled for her aspiring to be a retail shop owner. You know, something. Give me something. And I'm not coming after any retail shop owners. I'm just like, give me something here. She doesn't have to be an astronaut. She doesn't have to be, you know, a surgeon. Just like give me something to to what's the word? To connect with her with. Like she's like a blank canvas, and that segues in to my other thoughts about Bella, because like I view Bella as our standard surrogate. And I say this not because she had a kid. I say this because as the audience, typically when we go into a new world, we have a surrogate. We have someone that we're living through. And it happens in a lot of different movies. It happens in Mean Girls. Katie is our surrogate. It happens in Vampire Diaries while we're on vampires. Elena is our surrogate. And in Twilight, Bella is our surrogate because we are learning brand new things about this world of vampires and werewolves through her. So I could say that, well, some people could say that Stephanie made Bella blank canvas like this so us watchers and the audience can live through Bella. Right? And you could say that, and you know, you would probably be right for that. But I'm still gonna sit here and say, no. No. You guys could have gave her anything. I would have been fine with her being an artist. I would have been fine with anything you come up with. Anything. She could have been a cook. She could have been anything. Just give her a hobby. Besides throwing out water in the sink that she just stares at and just throws it out. Or just like not hanging out with people because she just waves a book around before, well, no, that wasn't the same scene. But she just waves a book around before she, like she goes into school or leaves school. I don't remember the context of the scene. What I do remember is that this girl doesn't have anything. Give her something. Like, it is not a hobby to be drooling about Edward. Like, girl, it pisses me off. Okay, it pisses me off that the only function this girl has is drooling about Edward. That's the only function she has. And the only function Edward has is drooling about Bella. That is it. That is the only thing that they do. And it's just like, well, no. Let me add another thing that Edward does. Protecting Bella. Yup. Yeah. Those are the things that they have. And that segues into my Jacob rant. Jacob. I think that's enough, Jacob. Jacob. Just to be sure I got to my Jacob quota. Where do I start with you? See, I would start at the whole Jacob Renesmee shit. I would start at that. But I don't even know if I want to start there. Where should I start? Where should I start? Like, should I start on the fact that Team Jacob was fucking delusional? Should I start there? But you know what? No. I am going to be a responsible podcast host. I am going to start at the beginning. I'm going to start at the love triangle. So let me explain this love triangle. Let me explain this shit. Well, no. Let me explain why I don't like love triangles before I talk about literally the most legendary love triangle out there. Love triangles piss me off. And you may say, why, Naya? Why do they piss you off? Well, I'm about to tell you. They piss me off because they're not actual love triangles. Like, okay, for me, I think love triangles should only function like this. If there's like actual love between these three characters. Like, if it's like The Summer I Turned Pretty with Belly, Jeremy, and what was his name? Conrad? Is this his name? Connor? Fuck, I don't even remember. Hey guys, you can't blame me for not remembering this kid's name because of reasons. Because this episode is not even about The Summer I Turned Pretty. I'm only talking about The Summer I Turned Pretty for an example. Turned Pretty, Ritty? Did I say Ritty? I'm sorry, guys. I'm sorry. It's the first episode, okay? Don't be mad at me if I don't speak English. I speak English, but I don't speak English. Yeah, Conrad. You guys are trying to gaslight me. Anyway, between Jeremiah, Belly, and Conrad. Okay? Alright? Yeah. I was right. I know things. So what is the love triangle between those three? I completely understand. Because like Conrad and Jeremiah are brothers. So there has to be like some brotherly love between the two of them, right? And then we have Belly, and they, like Belly, they love Belly, That is, I understand that being labeled a love triangle because there's feelings of love, not exactly, like different types of love. Like there's romantic and there is brotherly, familiar bonds in that love triangle. But when it comes to Bella, Jacob, and Edward, I do not believe in the love triangle between those three. Why? Why, may you ask? Because with Edward and Jacob, last time I checked, they fucking hate each other. Okay? They fucking hate each other. I'm making sure you understand this. They hate each other. So there is no love between them. There's no love. And they love Bella. So what would I call their little relationship if people wouldn't label it a love triangle? No. I would call it a love tug of war. Cause I could visualize Bella and Jacob and symbolize Bella as a rope between them. And then just tugging Bella back and forth. That's what I visualize their relationship as, a tug of war, because there is no love between Edward and Jacob. They fucking hate each other. It makes no sense to call that a love triangle. It makes no sense. Sorry, it just doesn't. It's like, okay, like even the love triangle in Vampire Diaries is better than that. It's between Stefan, Damon, and Elena. Stefan and Damon, just like The Summer I Turned Pretty, Stefan and Damon are brothers. And then you got Elena. They love Elena for whatever stupid ass reason. You know, I should make an episode for Vampire Diaries too. But, you know, that's for a later date. Anyway, that's an actual love triangle. But what's between Edward, Jacob, and Bella is not a love triangle. You guys need to stop talking about that. You guys need to rationalize my thoughts, my opinions, and my thoughts and my opinions say this is a love tug of war. Okay? Okay? And I want all the credit for that idea to be credited towards me, because I am an absolute genius for that. I don't care whatever you say, argue with the wall. Yeah, so that was the intro to my argument to say, Team Jacob, are you fucking delusional? Yes, I'm coming after you guys. I'm coming after you, Team Jacob. I'm coming after you. Well, I'm not coming after you. Am I coming after you guys? You know, let me explain why I'm annoyed with you guys. You guys actually thought you had a chance. You guys actually thought you had a shot. And when I'm talking about, you know, any of the topics I just talked about for the last 20 minutes, when I'm talking about these topics, I am referring to the movies alone. I am not referring to the books. I am not referring to whatever the fuck happened in there, because I don't know what happened in there, because I'm not going to read them. And I did not read them, obviously. So I'm just talking about the movies. So, yeah. Are you delusional, Team Jacob? Because you never stood a fucking chance. Like, you never stood a chance. I don't believe you ever stood a chance. Because this girl only looked at Jacob, Bella, only looked at Jacob because Edward was just like, peace out. Edward was just like, nah, I'm good. Well, no, okay, that's not exactly what happened. You know, Edward got all freaked out. He was like, no, I want to keep Bella stranger. I'm gonna leave. So I'm gonna leave. So this bitch leaves, right? He leaves. He gets all depressed just like Bella did, and he leaves. And then we have the Bella scene where it's just like, it's a possibility. Where, yeah. You guys know where that song is from. You guys know where that song is. If you don't, why are you listening to me talking about these movies when you never even watched the movies? Because when you watch New Moon, you remember that song, because it's the most depressing scene in that whole movie, where it's just like she's in front of a window and the song plays, it's a possibility. Ah, da, da, da. and, you see, and you see all of the seasons pass. You see all of the seasons pass. Winter, fall, fucking summer. Wait, was it summer? I think it was. I think it was summer. Anyway, seasons pass, right? And then Charlie is just like, bitch, if you don't get your ass outside and talk to actual people and stop screaming when you sleep, I am sending you to your mother. And she was just like, okay, like, I'll hang out with people. So she hanged out with Hannah Kendrick, and then she scared the fuck out of Anna Kendrick. Sorry, Anna. Sorry. Words. And then Anna Kendrick was like, I'm not hanging out with you anymore. And then Bella was just like, I need to put myself in danger so I could see Edward. Dumbass bitch. Anyway, then she gets closer to Jacob because she wants to fix her bike. And that's where the attraction with Jacob starts. I can tell you right now, if Edward was still around, well, if I were still around now, this would be happening. Okay, let me put it in different perspective. If Alice was still around, then this bitch would have spent more time with Alice than Jacob. She's using Jacob as a second choice. Jacob was never the first. He is never going to be the first. Yeah. So this girl just spends time with Jacob so she could fix her bike. She could make a bike, whatever. I don't remember. Anyway, so she could ride her motorcycle, right? The pretty much me explaining all of this is just explaining to you guys, Jacob never stood a chance. He never stood a chance. At least in the movies, the bitch never stood a chance. Because this woman just went to him to fix a bike just so she could learn to ride a motorcycle, so she could put herself in danger, so she can get Edward's attention, so she could see Edward again. He was just a means to an end. He was just a means to an end. The girl just wanted to see her ex-boyfriend. That's why she went to Jacob. That's why she spent time with Jacob. Like, I don't know what else to say to get to you guys. He was a waste. Oh, he was, well, not a waste. Jacob's not a waste. I'll explain that later. But he was a means to an end. He wasn't going anywhere with Bella. Yeah, and then because the minute that Edward came back, the minute that Edward was just like, I think you're dead, so I'll go and alive myself. So it's just like, okay, bestie. okay, bestie. And then when Bella knew that, she was just like, oh my god, I have to save Edward. Oh my god. The man who abandoned me in the fucking forest. Yeah, him? Yeah, I'm gonna go save him now. And leave you here, all alone, and sad, and pathetic. Yeah. So, Jacob. See, after, I feel like the movie that Jacob had most of his potential was definitely New Moon. Yeah, he had most of his potential there. And that's when the downfall happened. That's when the downfall happened. Because the minute Eclipse came in and he was just like, I'm warm. I have blood. I have skin. This is warmth, Bella. This is warmth. Don't you want warmth instead of the cold skin of a killer? See, I should be a voice actor. Like, I should give up film majoring and I should just apply to be a voice actor, right? Right, guys? Right? No, keep my day job. Anyway, this is the skin of a warm person. And then he literally forced himself on Bella. He kissed Bella without her permission. And she punched him in the face. And then him and Edward had a standoff. See, when that scene happened where he literally kissed Bella without his permission, he lost all credibility after that. He lost his I am loved by Naya card. Because, dude, why? She doesn't want you. She doesn't want you. You see how hot you are? Do you see how hot you are? You got a 6-pack, dude. You got a 6-pack. And you're running after this girl. You're running after this girl who literally jumped off a cliff so she could see her ex-boyfriend. You're running after her. And for what? And for what, bestie? For what? This is pathetic. You need help. Seek help. Go to a therapist. Like, if you really think that low of yourself, what are you doing running after this girl? Go see someone. Seek help. Like, it's just me. Seek help. Like, what? You will not see me running after a man the way that Jacob was running after Bella, because that's just pathetic. Like, unless that man is Michael B. Jordan. Okay, I need to shut up because I'm not helping my case. I'm not helping my case at all. But unless that man is like Messiah himself. Like, he's like the best man ever, the best man who ever lived, the best man for me. Unless it's all that, I ain't running after him. And newsflash, Jacob, Bella ain't all that. You can get you a good girl if you just stop running after people who don't want you. Okay, I feel like this is becoming more about me than Jacob. So I'm just gonna continue talking about what I need to talk about. But yeah, Team Jacob, what happened, you guys? What happened? You guys know you didn't stand a chance, yet you continued to fight. And that makes me think that some of you are delusional. Yeah, so that's my spiel for Jacob in general. And then my next spiel is justice for Jacob, because why did Stephanie have to make him a pedophile? And I know you guys are just like, God, Naya, warning. I'm sorry, but like when I talk about this topic, I have no good segue to explain why. Why did you make Jacob into a pedophile? That was very rude, Stephanie. I see you, Steph. I see you. I see you. And I only say this because they made him what's imprint? Yeah, imprint on Bella's baby. The minute, not even a day after this baby was outside of the womb, he was just like, yeah, I'm imprinting on this baby. And you might be like, Naya, like, he doesn't have any choice in what he did. Yes, he didn't have any choice in what he did. That's why I'm blaming Stephanie. Why did you write it like that? 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 Like, why? Like, why? Why couldn't you write Jacob moving on and getting a nice girlfriend? Moving on and having a fulfilling life. A fulfilling life. I don't even know if I'm saying it right. Why couldn't you make him just have a nice life? Why was that so difficult, Stephanie? Why was that so hard? You know, like, why did you have to ruin him? Like, he's not my baby or anything, you know, like, Jacob's Jacob, you know? He's a person. But I'm just saying, like, I wouldn't ruin characters like that unless they were, like, so awful that the only way to get my point across was to ruin them the way that she ruined Jacob. Because, like, why? Why? This baby wasn't even out of the womb for 2 minutes, and he's just like, yeah, I would do anything for her. And that... Sorry. I'm sorry for the screaming. You probably won't even get into the... It probably... Yeah, for context, I just screamed just now. If you didn't hear it, editing Naya is doing a great job. And hats off to her, because I don't know how she's gonna edit this. I'm literally the same person. Anyway. Yeah, just justice for Jacob. Jacob deserved better. Like, turn him into a fucking pedophile. Are you proud, Stephanie? Are you proud? Are you fulfilled? Because I'm not. I'm sad. You could have done something else with the character. Hell, you could have even killed him and that would have been a better ending. And that brings me into Renesmee. Renesmee, demon child herself. It's not Renesmee's fault that she's a demon child, you know? It's not her fault. Yeah, it's not Renesmee's fault that, you know, she was literally killing her mom when she was born. It's not her fault. It's not her fault for being born, you know? But Renesmee scares me, and I'm going to explain why. Because Renesmee, when filming Renesmee in the movie, they used a doll, and that doll is what I have nightmares about. The doll's name is Chuck Esme. Now, if you are an uncultured swine and have not seen pictures of Chuck Esme, please look it up. I am not going to look it up just so I can make a commentary about it, because I think it has imprinted itself into my mind. So I am not going to look that thing up because I'm terrified. Anyway, Chuck Esme, scariest thing in the world. My thing is, why did they have to do this? Why couldn't they just get a regular doll and do something in editing to make the baby look majestic? Because, like, I get it. You guys want to make the baby look unworldly. You know, you want to make her look not like a normal baby. I get that. But why couldn't you do something else besides making a terrifying doll, making a haunted doll? I am convinced that this doll is haunted. I am convinced. No one can unconvince me of that, because when you see that doll stares straight into your soul, and it's only pictures. So just imagine how it was filming with that thing, because the context is you're gonna be like, Naya, like, they didn't use the actual doll. Yes, they did. Yes, they did. They used the actual doll in production, right? They used a doll. They did the scenes with the doll until Renesmee aged up. And then in post-production, they're like, this doll is a thing of nightmares. So you know what we're going to do? We are going to put a fake face on this doll. And that's where we got our CGI Renesmee. Even more annoying. I mean, her face is just like, why? Why couldn't you make the baby look more normal in CGI? Why? 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 And you're gonna be like, okay, like, nah, you shouldn't be complaining about CGI. You know, CGI is a very delicate process. You know, it's not just done. You can't do it, so you shouldn't be complaining about it, right? And you'll be right. You'll be right. You know, I don't know all the specifics that go into CGI. I am just a sophomore film college student. We haven't gotten to that yet. But another thing that pisses me off, just in general, about Chuck Esme, is information that I learned about last night. Guess what, guys? Guess what? Drum roll. I hope I edited a drum roll, please. Apparently, there was a Bella doll. For context, in Breaking Dawn Part 1, before we met lovely Chuck Esme in Part 2, they made a Bella doll. And this Bella doll was made for the scene that Kristen Stewart falls on her ass. When Kristen Stewart's Bella falls on her ass when she is about to have labor, right? She falls on her ass, she breaks her bones, she breaks her leg, she breaks everything, right? So that scene wasn't actually done with Kristen Stewart. That was done with a doll that looks like Kristen Stewart. And see, this brings me into why I'm even more pissed off now. So you're telling me you made a live action doll. Like, you made like a doll that was so realistic to how Kristen Stewart actually looks. You probably even hired someone from Madame Tussauds to make a doll that looks almost exactly like Bella, like Kristen Stewart's Bella. But you can't make a majestic baby doll for Renesmee? You couldn't do that? You couldn't do that? See, that makes me mad, because I'm just like, you could have done so much better. You make a very, very lifelike doll of Bella, but you can't do the same for a fake, majestic baby that doesn't look like absolute nightmare? Really? Really? Yeah, so that's my spiel about Renesmee. I'm not even going to talk about her powers or anything, because they're alright. They're alright. She touches people and they see what she wants them to see. She projects visions. That's what Renesmee does. And you know, It's fine. It's fine. It's nothing crazy about it. So yeah, Chuck Esme, rest in peace. I swear to God, if they bring out Chuck Esme for the series, I'm gonna talk about the series at the end. But I'm saying it right now while I'm thinking about it. If they bring out Chuck Esme for the series, I I don't know what I'm gonna do. I don't know what I'm gonna do. If they bring out Chuck Esme for the series, I want everyone in my life to make sure that I don't know about it. You know? Like I want like a Truman Show situation. Everyone make sure that Naya does not know about it. Got it? Good, great, awesome. Another thing about the ending of the series, because I refer as Renesmee of the ending of Twilight. So another ending of the series. Volturi. Yeah, Volturi. Volturi was way more interesting. Was way more interesting than what was happening with Bella and Edward. Honestly, I would just rather want a Bella and Edward not in the story, just a Volturi happening. I would just rather want a Volturi story happening. I want to learn more about Jane. Like, I want to learn more about how the Volturi operates than hearing what Bella and Edward are complaining about in their marriage or some shit like that, because that's boring. I would rather learn, how does this vampire society government work? Like, explanations, please. Thank you very much. What voice am I doing right now? I have no idea. Yeah, so I feel like that was a missed opportunity. You could have a Volturi show. You could hire hot actors to play the Volturi guys. You have this content. Use it. Use it. God, you're making all these fucking sequels. You're making a Twilight series, and you're not gonna do one about the Volturi? That is such a missed opportunity. We do not have a show like that, or at least I'm not aware of a show like that. We don't have a show where we're talking about a vampire, society. I don't even know what you would call it, society, government, police type situation. We don't have that. We don't have that. Idea out there. Do it. I mean, I'm not gonna do it because I'm not Stephanie. I don't know what idea she had for that, but girl, do it. Do it. Do it. Please do it. Please. I'm begging. Even though I just like literally butchered your whole writing, but please, 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 please. Okay, I'm gonna shut up. Yeah. So Volturi, get on the series. Write it. Write it right now. Renesmee is also a missed opportunity because I want to see Renesmee grow up and say, Jacob, I'm not that into you. I'm not that into you. Go away. You've seen me since I was born. Not one day out of the womb you claim me as yours. Go away. I don't like you. That's what I also want to see. I also want to see that too. Sue me. And another thing. So we are going to talk about something I've been teasing about for the last probably 10 minutes. Miss Twilight series. Now, I've only heard so much about this series, right? I haven't heard who's being hired. I haven't heard any of that. I think Stephanie is behind it. I think, don't take my word for it. I think the woman who directed the first movie is behind it. Wait, let me look it up. But I haven't heard much about it. Like, I'm actually gonna look this up. Give me a second here. I'm doing it with one hand right now. Okay, I was gonna only do so much. Okay. Is it Christian? Christian. Where did that come from? What was the woman that directed the first movie? Catherine Hardwick. Hardwick. I don't even know if I'm saying that right. Catherine Hardwick. Okay. Yes, I'm looking up everything right now. Yeah, they're calling it the Twilight reboot, but like, yeah. So since I have my information up now, I could actually talk about it. Twilight series. It's what do I think about them doing Twilight over again? I think it could either way, it's going to be an absolute blood blah 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 blah. It is going to be an absolute bloodbath. Yes, either way. And let me explain the ways in which they could do this. They could, you know, have it the way it is, take from the movies, add things here and there because they want to make it into a series, they want to make it into season after season, right? So they could add things here and there, take from the movies, add their own spiels, whatever, and it could be like that, right? Or they could take out all the controversial shit, like Edward literally drooling after her and all of the things that I personally don't like and other people don't like out of the series, right? And just add things here and there. See, either way, they're fucked because you take the shit out and some people are going to be like, this ain't my Twilight. This is not my Twilight. It's going to be Little Mermaid all over again. Or you could leave all the shit in and people are just going to be like, this is awful. Canceled. Cancel this. Cancel that. And I'm not saying the public is wrong for their views on either side because I understand either side, I understand it. I get it. But Twilight is so, like, it's so touchy in that way. Like, how do you bring something so controversial, so well known back without fucking it up? Like, I can't think of ways to bring that back and not fuck it up. Like, yeah, like I can't think of where. And then this comes back to what I was thinking before. Well, what I was what's the word? What I was shit, words. What I was brought to before. I'm just gonna say. Well, yeah, this brings me back to what I was brought to before. Apparently, the director of the first Twilight, Catherine Hardwicke, was just like, yeah, I would love it if Jacob Orty and Jenna Ortega were a part of the Twilight reboot, the modern Twilight reboot. See, I don't know where I was when this news broke. I have no idea where I was. When I saw this on Instagram, probably Instagram, I was just like, Catherine, what are you thinking? And I always say that because, like, I could kind of see it. I could see Jenna as Bella. I could see Jacob as Edward. I could see it. But, like, no. 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 I think the only way you could really cast Edward and Jacob is literally just to have them as unnamed actors, like undiscovered actors, like not like anyone who's famous right now because like no. Like, I feel like if you were to cast Jenna as Bella, you would have to rewrite some things about Bella. And I'm not referring to race or anything. I'm just referring to personality. Because with Jenna, I feel like the characters she plays have to have some type of personality. They can't be a sliced piece of bread, They have to be like something else. And again, I'm not referring to race. I mean, I was kind of referring to race with the sliced bread comment, but I was not referring to, like race, Yeah, okay. Anyway, they need to have personality. Like, Jenna just doesn't play characters who, like, sit around and just say, yeah, I'm Bella. Yeah, I'm reading a book. Yeah, I'm gonna throw out water in the sink when I look at it real funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold around a cactus. all around, like while I'm on the plane and while I'm in the car and when I get to my new room. I'm just gonna hold it around like a normal person. Cause my cactus is my cactus. Like, I can't picture Jenna Ortega playing a role like that. I can't. Maybe that's because, I view Jenna like, not like, do I view Jenna that highly? I think I do. I'm pretty sure I do. Maybe because I've seen Jenna since like I was little, was stuck in the middle, so I'm just like, yeah, it was a Disney show series. It was a Disney Channel series. Maybe because I've seen her like that, but I just can't view her as like Bella Swan. Like, it's not happening. Like, can I see her for the aesthetics? Sure. But not like actually playing the character. Jacob already, he could play any, I don't even know if I'm saying that last name right, but he could play, probably not. He could play any weird person character. I believe in him. Um I believe I believe in him. Yeah. So that's for Jacob. Jacob can do anything. Sure. I mean, Edward is straight to the point. Look weird, look pale, gaslight, get her pregnant and then get mad you're getting her pregnant and then say, we'll get that thing out of you. So pretty much what he did in Kissing Booth. Yeah. But less anger, less emotion, more vampire-y. Yep. Okay. Um yeah. Yeah. So that's my grudge at Twilight. I've been recording for an hour now. My mouth hurts for for context. For context, my mouth hurts. Well, this has been the first episode of Ramblings of an Extra. Once again, I am your amazing, flawless, never seen nor been before host, Naya Hamilton. I am so happy to have talked to you guys today. It was a bit all over the place, so if you're still here, congratulations. This is a peek in my mind and how it works. But I do love that you're still here. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you guys all next time. All right, bye.